advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talking, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, now grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
What's a man or a king? Response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talking, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, now grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? Response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And we're back on this incredible Monday. I hope each and every last one of the queens out on the front line had a happy Mother's Day. And for all of you kings out there, I hope you treated those queens properly. Your mother, your auntie, your grandma, your wife, and your little princesses. Because that day is a day to celebrate. Definitely. One thing that happened yesterday, so while I'm celebrating Mother's Day, and I want to give a shout out to my mom, and rest in peace to my grandmothers that passed away, and my aunties that are out here, and my sister who's a mother. But yesterday I got a chance to take out my wife and my mother-in-law. And let me tell you something. So after we got off the show, we had to boogie up out of here. And there is all-you-can-eat seafood buffet next to me that is the bee's knees. So I decided, I said, yo, we're going to take, the mom, because she's here from the Dominican Republic. She's hanging out with us. And I said, yo, let's take it there, right? Because they serve up lobster tail. Who doesn't want lobster tail with snow crab legs? Of course. So we get over there. You would have thought the Pope was outside. The wait was 2 hours. So we spun the block. We got out of there. And she's never been to Red Lobster. So I said, yo, let's take her to Red Lobster. I don't like Red Lobster myself. The wife really doesn't like Red Lobster. But the mother-in-law never been to Red Lobster. Let's go there. 2 hour wait. So we call ahead up to Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse up in New Rochelle. 2 hour wait. Now, the wife and I have this diner that we go to. It is the best diner in New Rochelle. Bar none. Service impeccable. Food immaculate. You're never going to get a better meal than there. So I was like, yo, let's go to our diner. She's like, bet. We get there. They have the Mother's Day menu. It's legit. Everything. The mother-in-law got like a surf and turf type of thing, where she got a steak, top sirloin steak, and she got some stuffed shrimps stuffed with crab meat. Oh my God. It looked delicious. I went and got the seafood platter. The wife went and got the salmon dish with the shrimp and rice. Beautiful. The meal was so much food. It was that we still got food for today. She had such a great time. Margaritas was on point. So I'm just happy that she had a great time there. So I want to give a shout out to Eric Von Erich for being first. Definitely got to give a shout out to him. And Lieutenant Hawk, straight up from New York City. Definitely got to get my man up in there. Pause. What is that? George Parcells, I salute you. Soldier Lamont Davis, what's going on? Bobby Sang, what's good? Who's that? Jeremiah? If I said your name right, I hope so. B-Leaf, what's good? Karen's Raisins Potatoes. That always kills me, man. Definitely don't. And Mr. Huck, what's good? Share it out. Please share it to Blue Sky. Blue Sky gives me the biggest problem. If you didn't know, now you know. Blue Sky gives me such a headache because it's not one of those apps that's readily available when I go to share right here. So I have to go into my phone. I have to find Blue Sky. And then when you pull up the app, sometimes whatever you sharing, it remembers the last thing that you shared. So it's like a app that's stuck in the Stone Ages, but it's whatever. A lot of you guys went over there based upon whatever beliefs or what was going on with Twitter. Now, if you saw Iron Lord's podcast yesterday, you saw Arcane give me this. He's assistant editor-in-chief over at lordsofgaming.net. And I got to tell you, this dude, I salute you, Soldier George Parcells, member for 20 months. I salute you, Soldier X Rank. Loved you on IOP yesterday. That was a lie, and the dance had me rolling. Oh, that was a lie. Now that was a lie. I don't know. Dudes think that I be scripting this stuff. Nah. Everything is just having fun with my friends, my family, and just trying to bring you the most entertainment. Anybody can sit here and give you news. Not everybody can give you entertainment. My job is to take your mind off of what's going on during the week. What went wrong? Everybody's has something going wrong. The economy is kind of crazy. You probably got baby mama drama, or you probably got baby daddy drama, or you got wife drama, husband drama, whatever. Kids acting up, whatever it is. I'm trying to take your mind off of it for however long we do Iron Lords. I'm trying to take you to a next place. I'm trying to make you laugh because laughter heals all. It might take your mind off of something that was infuriating you or had you depressed, right? For some people, yesterday was a terrible day. And for some people, it was a good day. But my job as an informative entertainer is to bring you the current news as factually as possible with a little king twist to it and something to make you laugh. So again, that's my whole spiel. That's what I try to do. I try to do that here. I try to do that over there. But at the end of the day, if you're not laughing, then what am I doing? This is not CNN. This is not ESPN. This is not that. And I'm not trying to be that. I'm not trying to be dry and boring. And speaking of dry and boring, Arcane gave me a glizzy. Now, this is a USB charger. Didn't even know they made them. But I used it. My phone was dying. Had to use a USB charger. And buddy, oh pal, this thing actually works. And I'm out here with a glizzy charger. That is wild business. Knowing that the New York Knicks I guess they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. The last time we saw that, Patrick Ewing did a finger roll, messed everything up for everybody. Hopefully they can go all the way. I'm a Knicks fan because I'm down for the town, and that's how it goes down. At the end of the day, I don't know who's on the team besides Jalen Brunson. I'm not going to lie to you. I stopped watching sports a long time ago when I started focusing myself 100% on this stuff, right? You only got so much time in a day, and I can't be watching millionaires doing what they doing or working for billionaires while I'm not a millionaire. I don't care. When I can sit courtside and I can laugh and be like, yo, LeBron, remember yesterday? Then I care. I can't, I don't, and it's whatever. But I'm down for the town, and if the town is getting it down and they sweeping, let's do it, whatever it be. But you know something I noticed? I see the change of tune with people when it comes to AI If y'all didn't notice, then I want to open your eyes to it. I want to open your eyes to hypocrisy. If you guys didn't believe that there's an Xbox tax when it comes to everything, because if you haven't really paid serious attention to it, now it's not something that I'm saying that everybody colludes with each other and sits down and says, this is the memo for how we're going to thwart Xbox. No, it's a perception. And everybody's perception is their reality, right? So if you got a group of people inside the room that don't know each other, but they kind of go to the same sites and they kind of get the same information from the same bad characters. Now, I'm not saying that these characters are working in connection with each other, or in conjunction with each other. These characters are working independently, doing what they do. Now, those individuals will form a consensus in the brains of the people that's consuming their information inside the room that has nothing to do with them, right? So independently, they are all telling everybody that Xbox is dead, right? So all of them saying it at the same time forms this consensus with the group, the consumer, the ones that are looking and seeking knowledge, right? That didn't go to an Xbox channel, but went to a well-known site that they thought was impartial, neutral, right? They're not. So at the end of the day, they come away with an opinion. And their opinion is based on the biasness of said informationals. So now that forms the whole consensus of an Xbox tax. So an Xbox tax isn't an evil corporation out there telling them, oh, we're going to undermine them. We're going to thwart them at every turn. No, it's individuals working by their self, independently of the group, independently of the core, to have an opinion, and they don't know the level of influence they have. Let me give you what I mean when I'm saying this. For a long time, I heard that Margaritaville, the cruise line, is trash. For a long time, I heard that it's cheap, it's not worth anything. So one time I'm watching like cruises. For some reason, this guy pops up on my screen and he said he took a $50 cruise and he's going to explain exactly everything. I had nothing to do for the day. I had worked out or whatever the hell I did. I was laying in bed and I'm watching this guy. And this guy said he got the cruise, he got the room, and he said, well, the room isn't bad. It ain't the greatest, but it ain't bad. It was just for the weekend that he got it. He got it for the weekend. And I guess it came up to $200. It started off at $49, but it came up to $200. Taxes and all that other stuff, right? Anyway, he lives out in Florida. So he just jumped on the ship, took it for the weekend. He said the food was good. The ambiance was good. The ship was good. Some weird stuff that was there, like the top deck had turf, which was kind of strange. But other than that, he said that was it. He said the one room that he had a problem with it. He didn't like the smell inside the room, something like that. And he told that to his handler, and they changed the room for him, right? So he gets the room, and then he gives it a 4-star. He said it was, the best. He said the cheapest and the best. I went to him, and I saw this, so I said, let me look it up, right? So this is how influencers influence others. I looked it up. I said, yo, let me take the wife on a weekend cruise. Let's go see. We fly out to Florida. We stay out there. I had booked the flight to get there, right? And we booked a 4-day excursion. We get the 4-day excursion, go to Margaritaville. It's absolutely insane. It's dope. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Food is dope. Everything was dope. I probably paid what was it, like $300 per person. Didn't get the unlimited drinks. Next time I'll get the unlimited drinks. Whatever. We get there. We're having a great time. Go to Bahamas. Have a great time. Come back home. Had a great time. You know, we stayed out in Florida for an extra day. That's when the manatees almost ate her, and I was just like going crazy. Yeah, I know manatees don't eat people, but anyway, the hell with you. So what? I was terrified. I don't care. I thought it was an alligator. So what? Anyway, so we come back home. The wife loves it. But if I listen to everybody else and everybody else's opinion of that cruise line, was trash, well then I would have never did it. And she would have never had the smile that she has. So understanding that sometimes you have to go outside of your comfort zone to get informationals from other people, that kind of helps. Because if you're in the same ecosphere, listening to the same things, well, you pretty much are going to hear the same things from the same bad actors. It just sucks that a lot of times, a lot of the larger sites actually has that level of influence. Yeah, I got 10,000 subs. My videos do probably anywhere from 2,000 on average to like, well, you say 1,900 to 2,002, whatever. It does that. It's a modest viewing, but it's something that I love. And those people that actually watch it get to have fun. Now, I can rib on PlayStation all day, but at the end of the day, you know, I have this device, I have that device, and I tell you what I like about the devices, and I tell you what I don't like about the devices. And I tell you my disdain for PlayStation has a lot more to do with the crowd that, you know, the toxic group that actually has anything to do with PlayStation, and some of their business practices, which is actually really piss poor, and the fact that they do stuff. We're going to talk about that stuff today, about the stuff that I don't like from them. But understanding this, I'm happy that you guys come here. I'm happy that you guys are getting a different perspective. And there also is a real Xbox tax. So, you know, getting down to the nitty gritty of it, there is an Xbox tax. He said, if I'm wrong, come at me. I'll take the L. What is going on, Crispy? What's good? He said, emergence begins on September 15th. Crispy, you know what I think? I think Asha is going to go at least 5 days ahead of Wolverine on purpose. I think she wants to show that Xbox can rule that month. And I believe that she believes that Gears is what's going to take it towards Wolverine. I think she believes that she has the title to make it happen. I do believe September, but I do believe that you're off by a couple of days. I do believe that it's like, you know, a couple of days before, whatever, it's like at least 5 to 6 days before Wolverine. I don't think she's going to go exactly on Wolverine's date unless she's that ballsy to do so, and everything indicates exactly that. But you want to see somebody begging, pleading, crying, and wishing and hoping to get their fan base over to where they are. Now, from what I had heard that the PlayStation had sold, and this is from the ponies, that the PlayStation sold 90 million consoles. Now, if you sold 90 million consoles, that means that has to go to gamers, right? Honestly, right? It has to go to gamers. Apparently, it hasn't. Now, when you look at the financials really breaks down a lot of stuff. If you're looking at it, and it says that they sold 16 million, but out of that 16 million, only 3 to 5 million new subs to the service. So that means that you're selling to the same old individuals. But I don't see the organic growth when it comes to the brand, right? Soros, if you purchase, I purchased a PlayStation to play the exclusives. If that's the thing, right? The thing is the exclusives. If you saw Don Otaku yesterday, he was talking about Nintendo and people buying Nintendo for the exclusives. Good, because their third-party games are piss poor unless they're exclusive, right? I mean, why would you buy a Nintendo Switch 2 to play a third-party game where the Series X and the PlayStation 5 Pro outperforms it in every metric, right? So honestly, you only buy that thing for what? The exclusives. So if you brought a PlayStation and you got an exclusive game come out, there's no reason that game is not in the top 3 in your marketplace from when it launches. And Soros doesn't seem to resonate in that manner. You saw the same thing with Ghost of Yode. And the problem is There's a lot of PlayStation 4 guys that haven't made the leap. And PlayStation realizes that. And the reason why I'm able to say that, because honestly, this is brought to you by Hot Hardwire. And Hot Hardwire with Christopher Harper. Now, Chris Harper actually gave his synopsis on what's going on and the truth behind the lies. Now, Sony uses GTA 6 to hype up and accelerate PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 upgrade cycle before Rockstar's biggest launch yet. Now, I heard a lot of people thinking that the PlayStation itself was kind of leaning that Grand Theft won't come out. I don't think Grand Theft will ever miss this date. I think this date is pretty much set in stone. I think everybody around it understands it. But I don't believe that PlayStation has the marketing rights. And until I'm proven wrong, and that will be very soon in July, if I'm proven wrong, well then, they wouldn't have to do internal emails to customers letting them know, hey man, upgrade because Grand Theft is coming out. Because you would have a pathway deal, having a marketing deal with the Rockstar to incentivize those sales. Hey man, get 10% off on whatever, like, I don't know what currency they use, like Grand Theft Auto bucks, right? Honestly. But that's not there. So either the marketing isn't locked down, either they're panicking and they want to up their numbers, or they don't have marketing and they want people to make the leap and not make the leap over to Xbox if Xbox has the marketing, right? Because then you will perceive that Grand Theft Auto will be best played on Xbox if they have the marketing rights. And that's something that the PlayStation guys actually want the PlayStation to have this game for. And we're going to talk about some other stuff later. And all you guys, they got your Steam controller because they put out a new one. If any of you idiots went and got one from a scalper, you're absolutely the dumbest person inside the room. Honestly, go kick yourself in the rear. Steam is going to make sure, Valve is going to make sure that they have Steam controllers in abundance. They want to see how many they sell so they know exactly how many systems they can probably sell. It's going to be like a 50% ratio to it. Sony is notifying PlayStation 4 owners or players who have Grand Theft Auto 5 Grand Theft Auto 6 on their wish list or tons of Grand Theft Auto 5 playtime, and that the new console will require to be played the hotly anticipated game when it launches on November 19th. As spotted at GTA 6 Countdown on Twitter, numerous PlayStation players, as Sony is notifying PlayStation 4 players across various channels, including email system notifications of Grand Theft Auto 6 PlayStation 5 requirement. Understanding that this is the best time to get people to leap over to your console, well then, this is the reason why I said Xbox needed to make sure that they get the marketing rights. But from everything that I've heard, they might not have the supply to meet the demand. Because if they did get marketing, then that means that you have to flood the market with consoles. Now, if you're going to stabilize Generation 9, like Asha, the Empress Shama, has said, what's the best way for you to stabilize it? What way would you stabilize it? Well, one way I would stabilize it is, one, making it a place that gamers know and they're comfortable with the exclusive titles being, right? That's one. Two, knowing that you will compete for the marketing on some of the biggest titles in the industry. With Grand Theft Auto only coming around every 15 years, well, this is the best time for you to shoot your shot, shorty. This is it, right? And then three, making sure that your services are all over the place. Now, let me see what this says. Hold on. Okay. Making sure that your services is second to none. Making sure that your services is all over the place. Hitting different demographics in different markets that nobody else understands or knows how to, right? And we seen that when Xbox was trying to get the portfolio or the Rolodex, if you will, the subs from Discord. Now, that deal didn't pan through. That deal actually fell to the wayside. But they almost had their 50 million sub Rolodex. I think Discord has 50 million subs. I believe so. I don't know. I believe so. Because remember, right now, the total MAUs over at Microsoft is over 500 plus. So you're looking at all of those MAUs, all those users being rolled up into one. Now you realize how important the Xbox brand is to Microsoft, especially when it comes to utilizing XPA, Xbox Play Anywhere, across the console and the PC. It's the reason why they're going to the hybrid. But what if people don't care about that? What if individuals just care about talking to their friends? Or what if these individuals aren't really hardcore gamers, but they just want to be where their friends are? Well, Xbox seems to have you covered when it comes to this. Now, they talked about this in rumor before, and this is the reason why I say believe all rumors, right? When it comes to Xbox, just believe them, because it seems to be that they're on a mission to knock down my 98% all the time. While PlayStation seems to uphold my 98%, they show the proper respect. Xbox is showing no respect, and it seems like anybody can get it. Hands are rated E for everyone. Well, this is brought to you by Engadget, and this is Chris Holt. 2 Chris today so far, right? And Discord's Nitro subscription now includes a slightly nerfed Xbox Game Pass. Now, you know what? No, I didn't want to go with this one. I wanted to go with this one. I wanted to go with Pure Xbox and Fraser Gilbert. I wanted to give Fraser the likes. I wanted to give him the views. I wanted to go here. Discord partners with Xbox for starter edition of Game Pass and includes 50 plus titles. Do you see how one title, one perspective can shift your opinion? One title told you that you had a gimped Game Pass, and the other title told you Game Pass includes 50 plus titles. The 50 plus makes it seem like it's an abundance. Nerfed seems like it's minus, right? Understanding where you go for your information can absolutely skew your brain and make you believe some things just because the writer intended it that way. So again, I know this is utter biasness going to a Pure Xbox site. So what I did, Pure Xbox, anyway. But you come to an Xbox Frontline News to get Xbox news. You can get doom and gloom from anybody's channel. Actually, there are other Xbox channels that actively run around screaming doom and gloom. You're not going to get that here. You're going to get some real stuff here. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure that you're going to get the most positive Xbox news that I can possibly give you. Now, if they actually step on a rake, because we got a rake today. We got a bad one. But at the end of the day, I don't need to pile on while other people is jumping on your back. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to do that. But all right, so existing members also get Discord benefits. Now, I didn't know that existing Game Pass members get this Discord benefits. Listen, Nitro never, ever in one universe has ever appealed to me in any shape or form. But if it's thrown in and I have Game Pass Ultimate, well then, by proxy, I benefit. And I'm cool with the benefit, right? So back at the end of April, it was revealed that Discord Nitro members will soon be getting access to a starter edition of Xbox Game Pass, and that tier now is officially unveiled today. As expected, this includes a library of over 50 titles at launch, and the vast majority which seem to align with Xbox Game Pass Essentials tier, with the likes of Fallout 4, Stardew Valley, DayZ, Deep Rock Galactic, Overcooked 2, and Grounded, all included. A full list of 50 plus games hasn't yet to be shared at the time of this writing, as it also confirms that the tier also includes 10 hours of Xbox Cloud gaming access per month. So again, if you want to game through the cloud, you don't have to. It's something that is added, and you get 10 plus hours. You can use it or you can don't, right? You could or you won't, right? So Nitro members now get access to the starter edition of Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass, including a library of 50 plus PC and console games you can download and play anytime you want. Your Nitro membership is still the same price. Game Pass is now a part of it. Now that's cool. If you had Nitro before and they just added this thing to it, maybe you're interested, maybe you're not, but it's perks, right? It's the flexibility and the option to actually do this. So that's actually cool. The starter edition of Game Pass also comes with 10 hours of cloud gaming, so you can stream games right away on more devices, whether you're into survival, strategy, or co-op, or just want to farm in peace. There's something there for you. Think about Fallout, Stardew Valley, Deep Rock 6, DayZ, Overcooked, Grounded, and more. New games will be added periodically, so there'll be more to play. And, check your Nitro home to get started. In terms of what's existing in Game Pass members is getting out of the partnership, it suggests that all Game Pass subscribers, meaning Essential, Premium, and Ultimate, will soon receive the following Discord Nitro benefits. If this helps me on Fight Night Friday, because we use Discord, and I believe universally using Discord while also being able to jump in and out of games actually gives us the flexibility to give you a better broadcast right on Fridays. So you get 250 Discord orbs each month. I don't even know what that is. One times two extra orbs when completing quests. I don't know what that means. And automatically applies Discord shop discounts. That's self-explanatory. I don't see what this benefit me for if I actually don't know what these orbs do or what they're necessarily for. If you can educate me and let me know what these orbs do or what they for, I will greatly appreciate that. Discord Nitro, if you're not aware, is a premium subscription tier for the popular communication app that offers various benefits compared to basic version, which is only 500 megabit uploads. HD video streaming and custom profile Discord orbs acts as a virtual currency that allows you to purchase temporary access to Nitro along with its customization items. Okay. To be totally honest, most of this stuff doesn't really interest us that much as non-Discord Nitro subscribers. I feel the same way. But hey, we're getting something for nothing, and it's nice to see Discord members actually getting Game Pass at no extra cost. I absolutely feel the same. This is what happens when like-minded individuals actually share the same thoughts and actually talk to the same people or talk to people outside the circumference. Because I'm pretty sure that Pure Xbox gets a flurry of Xbox people going to the site, and I get a lot of PlayStation and Xbox haters here. So again, I get a chance to talk to the Xbox haters on this show. Now, one thing that I wanted for Xbox guys, because I have a PlayStation 5 Pro. If you didn't know, I have a PlayStation 5 base. I've had every PlayStation console ever released, foreign and domestic, except for the foreign when it came to PlayStation 4. I pretty much stopped doing the import scene when it came to PlayStation 4, and I didn't do it again with the PlayStation 5. Xbox, I never had to do foreign and domestic when it came to that. Only thing I did was foreign was the Xbox Controller S back in the days because it was smaller than the Duke controller. But other than that, my Xbox is American made, born and bred, and I take pride in that fact. Everybody else can have national pride. Why can't I, right? Why can't I hang my flag outside my house and say I'm a real American? Why not, right? I don't care. If you don't like it, sucks. It sucks for you. But if you have pride in your country, God bless. Do that. And if your country actually makes a console, then hey, swing that flag upside down outside your house and be happy and proud in it. Because Neo Geo's coming back in November, boy, and I'm going to raise that flag up all over the place. Why? Even though they're not made here. But I'm a Neo Geo head. Shout out to Play On and the new partnerships that we do have. But one game that I wanted that PlayStation guys had, and I'm just saying it as an Xbox dude, I'm talking from the Xbox side, like I don't got a PlayStation, was Cellular Yams. Shift Up got a big score with that game. That game reminded me of a 360 game with the sensibilities of us in the 90s. You know how the 90s was? The 90s was about flash. It was about flair. It was about beautiful women with long hair, strong men with muscles ripping all over the place, saying one-liners. That's what the 90s was about. Early 2000s, got a little bit weak around the edges. But anyway, that's what we was about. We birthed some of the greatest movie stars, some of the best movies. And one of the best games, I feel, I don't even care about the story. I'm talking about from a visual standpoint. You know what I'm talking about. I know a lot of you Xbox guys was envious of this. Don't act like you weren't. Stop lying. So when it came out for PC, y'all ran over to get Cellular Yams because some of you guys actually are phobic when it comes to buying a PlayStation. I'm not telling you not to. I'm actually telling you to get in where you fit in. If your wallet calls for it, go do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, we was on the outside looking in. We were looking in at this beautiful specimen of a video game character. Well, Shift Up understood that we was voyeurs in the world of video games. And they said, we got you, Brev. Don't you worry about it. Hold tight. While we wiggle away from PlayStation because they wanted to be the sole publisher and control where we actually put these wonderful cheeks. Well, I said, fight, Shift Up. Get away from them. Stay away from them. Why? Because I think those cheeks is rated E for everyone. Everyone should be able to goon as much as they want. The Xbox guys weren't able to goon. I feel so sorry for you guys. The PC dudes was gooning at a level that is unheard of. Those guys need to be calmed down. PlayStation dudes was normal gooning, like they normally do. We already know what their device is used for. They're gooning as usual. So I understand why PlayStation kind of locked it up. They knew their target audience. The Goon Brigade, if you will. The Goon Squad, if you're aptly calling them that. But I understood it. And I ain't mad at it. But Shift Up is mad at it. Well, this is brought to you by Windows Central and Brandon Lowry. Xbox and PC may get the sequel of this hit PlayStation 5 exclusive at launch. Its devs are ditching Sony to reach a broad global audience from day one. Stellar Blade is getting a sequel as its developers go independent. And it sounds like the IP could come to Xbox. What Tina Turner told Ike? I don't want nothing from you, Ike. All I want is my last name. That's right, Ike. You can no longer harm her. Cellular Cheeks is going across the streets, and we're going to treat her fine. We're going to goon at the times we want to goon. Why you kept all the gooning to yourself? You some selfish PlayStation haters. Understand, I know you dudes. I know you dudes from the bottom of my heart. You haters. You simp haters. You wanted to keep her away from us. But thanks to Shift Up, they wiggle free. Now, just over 2 years ago, developer Shift Up and PlayStation Publishing released Stellar Blade for the PlayStation 5, an exclusive for the console. And the sci-fi action adventure RPG rapidly became a big hit on the platform. I wonder why. Was it its intense gameplay? Was it its gripping? I don't know. Clearly inspired by the beloved 2017 ARPG Nier Automata, the game was highly praised for its satisfying fast-paced combat system and audio-visual presentation, though its writing had mixed reception. Brother, it had nothing to do with any of the stuff that you're saying. It had everything to do with the camera angle and how sweet it was. When I actually got a chance to play the demo, woo-wee, the kid was in sweet heaven. I think my PlayStation ran that demo more than it was supposed to. I'm just saying. Still, Stellar Blade brilliantly there too. I wonder why. Was it the gripping story? Was it the ability to mod it? The same way you PC dudes mod Street Fighter. Oh Lord, have you ever seen the Street Fighter 6 mods over there? Street Fighter 5? Absolutely. I'm just saying, I just got to say that because people are watching, you know? To the point where Shift Up made mention of engaging on other broader global audience beyond PlayStation 5 and PC. Naturally, it made everyone in the studio was looking to make an Xbox port, with the recent statements on this website fueling speculation further. Listen, they said, we want to make an Xbox version. Sony said, hell to the no, and gave them some free PlayStation 5s for doing such a good job. Y'all don't remember that? I remember that. But I feel you. Like, you finally got a hit that was better than the hits that you make, right? Ain't nobody care about Ghost of Yode like they care about Cellular Yams. Ain't nobody care about Soros like they care about Cellular Cheeks. It's the truth. If you made a gooning game for those goons, it would sell. And you happen to lock her up like all simps do. What do simps do? They go through their phones, they look after her, they check her. Hey, where you going? Who you going with? You ain't going there. There they go. That's what they was doing. And I understand what you was doing. Not saying that I condone it. You should have just let her go. Broaden her horizons. Why you trying to lock her up like that? Let somebody else have a spin. I'm just saying. Now you put her up on the shelf. You're not making no money. And you're broke as hell. So what are you doing now? That's not pimpish, Sony. Right now, you're just looking like you're just hoarding all the cheeks for yourself. And you should just actually let them go. You're not making no money, Sony. You're looking broke. Now you want to do AI everything. This is just a bad look for you. That brings us to today with the developer first quarter 2026 financial report announcing the news that Shift Up plans to break away from Sony and PlayStation in order to self-publish its projects and properties while let them free. Free them. Let them go where they choose. She ain't like that marriage. You was too restrictive. You said, man, you can't go out with your friends. You can't have no male friends on your phone. Who you talking to? Trying to control what she wore. Well, how she walk. How she talk. Over here on Xbox, we're going to let you do what you want to do, baby. And you can go back to someone anytime you like. We don't care. As long as we get a chance to have our spin. You understand? That's about it. That's all we're looking for. So listen. If you're looking forward to Cellular Cheeks, like everybody I know that's in the chat, I know y'all want the gripping gameplay, right? Y'all want the incredible RPG storyline, right? You want the smooth, fast graphics, right? Yeah, you want the cheeks. I understand, and I ain't mad at you. That's why you're talking about it. I get it. It's a topic, and it's one of the best topics we have today. Now, we're going to start talking about leaking and dripping all over the place. Pause. I'm telling you, this is not good for the industry. This digital well, kind of did. You know, games breaking a street date. You see it in the mom and pop stores. You get it a couple of days early. I think gaming, why not game? Anyway, who did this? Fridays as the PC versions gets de novo DRM. This is how thirsty you dudes is. This leaked out the Xbox guys, so they are the benefit of it. If you happen to have it pre-ordered, I think it leaked early for you. I'm not one of those dudes. If it wasn't in Game Pass, I didn't see it. I'm playing 2 NDA games right now, and we're going to talk about some stuff in a minute because one of those NDA games got absolutely leaked, and I'm just mad at it. I can talk about the other NDA game too. I can talk 82. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight could be one of the months game and faces some pre-launch difficulty. Lego game have arisen. First, we learned that some Warner Brothers Walmart pre-order codes for Xbox Series X and S have gone live. DRM de novo, a DRM has been quietly snuck in the PC version by the publisher, which reminds me of Pearl Abyss. Oh, they did that? I thought it was supposed to be, that was supposed for online multiplayer games. I didn't know that. What's the matter? You okay? That's Bella. I didn't know that it was for single player games. Looking at players who are ready to dispense justice in the streets of Gotham, more people than one just lucky user have reported the same finding. At least yesterday, the Walmart digital pre-orders were unlocked, allowing players to download access to the full game. Many users was reporting to update people with the early access from waiting. Like everybody else, the behavior was also limited to the standard edition of the game. Elsewhere, PC players have at least one reason to worry about its potential performance. Oh, so that thing hits performance. The solution is confirmed in some cases to negatively affect how game plays on PC. Okay, so I can see why you would be pissed off. I would be pissed off too. So, I mean, whether you like it or not, DRM has crept into our lives, and it has crept into our lives at such a great extent that honestly, sometimes you don't even know that you have DRM. In the case of PlayStation, right? The 30-day thing that if you don't log into your games, I had my boy call me out of the blue, and he happens to have a PlayStation, and he's like, "Yo, is it true that if you don't log into your PlayStation that you can lose the game?" I said, well, they are kind of walking that back now, but this is the first time that they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. I said, not your older titles. What was happening was it was with newer titles, but they since kind of walked it back, and I expect it actually to be in full effect because, listen, they want full and total control over how you game, why you game, where you game. So at the end of the day, logging in to the console is a thing. When Xbox started that conversation with the Xbox One, that was a big problem. Now we're always online. Our phones are always online. Our TVs are always online. Everything that we do is always online. So again, we have allowed DRM into our lives at some form of factor, and we are now in a police state. So regardless to however you view it, DRM is prevalent. But if it's hitting performance, then that's why I have a problem. At the end of the day, you're going to have some level of surveillance, be it low level or be it high key level. And if you're looking at what Roblox needed, I think some level of surveillance is necessary, especially when it comes to monitoring who's in contact with our children. I don't agree with that putting that ID up and identifying children themselves online, because again, that when you identify them, I think you put a target on them. Like, you may say to yourself, it may start off one way, in a way of protection, but at the end of the day, when you identify exactly who's inside the room, then you can really single out people. And you're like, okay, all those people are girls, or all those people are men over a certain age, or little kids. And I think that's where we walk into the murky aspect of it. I don't know how to fix it. Before, we would get our games and we would not be extended all across the world. We were only playing with people, couch co-op. This is what happens when you get a chance to play online with people. So, but another thing that happens when you go online. Now, I've been playing this NDA game for a while, and I really can't talk about it, but I can talk about what happened. And I can also talk about Steam having a problem with its backend. Now, if you saw the description, you saw the title, a lot of people wanted to blame an Xbox developer for sending up unencrypted BIOS and files for Forza Horizon 6. Where Steam has a preload disaster. It's always a leak problem. It's always an issue. It's always a back-end thing. And Forza is no exception. Forza Horizon 6 is no exception. It happened to Directive 8020. It happened to Death Stranding 2. And those are to name a few. And the reason why I named it in that manner, Death Stranding 2 was a huge title for the PlayStation that was exclusive to that brand, made it over to the PC, it leaked, right? And then you have Directive 8020, which is a AA mid-tier game, that leaked, right? And that kind of sucks because the game is really good. It's not that long. That's a problem. And then you have Forza Horizon 6. Well, Playground Games is fighting back. Playground Games said they're going to strictly ban people, give you 100 years in the gulag. At the end of the day, you're going to really ask yourself, is it worth it? And this brings up a bigger question. Should Xbox and Microsoft don't put their games on Steam? Just make those games exclusive on the Microsoft store. And I think that's where you run into problems because Steam, regardless to what, is the biggest storefront on PC. With everybody else scrambling and fighting for bits, they're in like a no-win situation where PlayStation hasn't denounced PC, not in the financials, not verbally by any CEO. Xbox has embraced PC by not denouncing Steam. This is one of the reasons why I can see a AAA company being fearful of the weak structure of security in the background when it comes to Steam. Pure Xbox, and this is brought to you by Fraser Gilbert, and I'm telling you, I'm an advocate for Fraser Gilbert getting the biggest raise that you can possibly get. Pause. At the end of the day, this guy does a ton of work. I think he's just the only one. Nah. Ben Carey's over there working too, man. No disrespect to Ben Carey. Let's keep it a bean. I was about to go overboard. I was about to go super hyperbole. It was too much glazing going on in there. Pause. We're not gonna be doing that. We're just gonna allow him to do what he do, and we're gonna respect his work. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that here. All right, so Forza Horizon 6 developers vow strict action against people playing the leaked version. Playground Games issued the statement. Ban. You see that? This gonna be your ass. This will be your ass. If they catch you slipping when you dip, if you don't duck and weave, if you don't bob and slip, they're gonna bust you wide open. Pause. This is what's gonna happen to you. Ban your ass. And I'm all for it. Because at the end of the day, this is an Xbox game. If it was a PlayStation game, I'd be like, get him. Yo, I'm an absolute fraud. I'm an absolute fraud. If this is the place, if this is Ghost of Yoda, get him, son. Soros, get him, son. Nah. No company. Because there's developers that work hard on these games. No company should ever go through anything like this. They should get every last drop of that dollar. And it just absolutely sucks because whatever sales that were going to happen might not. And see, this is an online game. Always. This is where the DRM comes in. They catch you. They're going to brick you. I want to know how they're going to brick you, though, on PC. That's just my question. As you may have heard, Forza Horizon 6 has already started to leak across the web. The initial report suggesting that the leak was caused by accidental release of unencrypted files by the Forza Horizon 6 developer Playground Games. However, Playground Games has issued a statement this evening, and it claims the leak was not the result of a preload issue. It was more importantly, they advised strict action against those who choose to access it. Here's a look at the statement. We are aware of the reports that a build of Forza Horizon 6 has been obtained prior to its release and confirmed that it is not the result of a preload issue. We are taking strict enforcement actions against any individuals who are found accessing this build, including franchise-wide and hardware bans. We encourage fans to sit tight and wait for the game's release on May 19th. As you can see, they're not threatening franchise-wide bans for Forza Horizon series here, but they also hardware bans. The Xbox version hasn't leaked as far as we're aware, so the release specifically to the build of the PC. Let me tell you something. This is the first big rake that we get a chance to see Asha have under her belt. And at the end of the day, I like Playground Games' swift conversations to what is going to happen to individuals caught playing this, what it means. This lets you know the leadership there is quick to react, quick to respond in a way that is thoughtful yet firm. I don't think past regimes would have reacted this way. Maybe I could be blowing this out of proportion. Maybe I could be seeing the cup as half full. Maybe I looked at the previous cup as half empty. You guys know I rock with Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name. You know I rock with the Queen, Sarah Bond. But at the end of the day, the way they ran the ship, I didn't like a lot of the kumbaya stuff, be real with you. All right. I'm a wartime general that actually wants and needs constant fight. And when Forza Horizon, when playgrounds can come out and tell you if we catch you, son, it's high noon. I'm about that. They put in a lot of work in this game. You saw the review that we got on the game. We told you how beautiful the game looked. We told you how magnificently it played. This is Playground Games. We understand exactly their pedigree. Did we understand their pedigree when it comes to Forza Horizon games? This is one of the most highly anticipated games, and we know that it will be one of the most highly ranked Metacritic games. So if you like Metacritic and if that's your thing, we know that they range in that ballpark where it's not highly contested. This stuff is actually worth its weight in salt. So we know what it is. So protecting their brand, protecting their franchise by telling you that not only this title you will be banned in future titles. Your hardware will definitely go the way of the dodo bird. That's how I like to see them act. That's what I want to see. But today, we got a chance to talk about Shift Up making that power switch. Shout out to them. I appreciate them bringing them cheeks across the streets. Everybody in this chat is clapping their hands. If you don't have a PlayStation, well, guess what? You get a chance to play too. Now, would PlayStation do this? And this is the question for you guys. Will PlayStation do this? Will PlayStation say, well, damn, let's give them one so we can get some bread before two come out? Because you got to think about it this way. You know Shift Up is going to do, if PlayStation don't play ball, Sony don't play ball, they're going to do some kind of recap to give you the full story of the first one and the second one. So Xbox users will be caught up regardless. You will not miss out on the story. So why not monetize it? Why not get some extra gooning cash, right? To help you with your next failed project, right? We know we're not getting another Astrobot. That failed miserably. I mean, y'all might have tanked the Ghost of Yode franchise, the Ghost of Tsushima franchise, unless y'all go back and give us a proper sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, we already see what you're going to do to God of War, right? So why not get some extra bucks so you can mess up some more stuff? I don't know. Hey, all I'm saying is don't keep all the gooning to yourself. Share the goon. Share it out. But this is Xbox Frontline News. If you had fun here, all I'm going to say is thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate each and every last one of you. And make sure that you hit the like button, hit that notification bell, because I go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with Friday being a special day. That's Fight Night Friday. I got to give a shout out to Play On. As we get closer to Neo Geo's launch date in November, we will have more information. I love partnering with great partners, and that partnership is going to bear some of the greatest fruit because we play fighting games. And if you're going to get a chance to see some of the fighting history, I am so happy to bring that to you guys. At the end of the day, it's about these games. And I want you to go where I'm about to go, where you should go. I want you to go where game is game and win is win. And I want you to try to play the Game Pass. But before you do that, I told you I'm the best at this. When it comes to these intros, ain't nobody better. And if you think they are, then put them up.
What's a man or a king? What's it a saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, but you what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talking, no wriggling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? What's it a saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, but you what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted, this what you wanted, huh?